Okay, that's one. Now let's see. Just testing equipment. If anybody's on here, I'm already live. How you doing? Good night. Good evening. You may see me walk around a little bit. Let's see what this is doing here. I think this is fine right here. Let's see what this is doing. No. Just a minute, honey. Let us get on here. Things have changed. I got a bunch of fucking weirdos out here. Is it time? Almost time. Oh, I almost underneath the filter. Your girl looks amazing. Should I put the filter? Do I need the filter? I think the filter just adds a sexiness to it. All right, guys, I'm officially live. Oh, I see 4 people on YouTube. What's up, guys? Thank you, Slay the Sam. I appreciate that. All righty. Okay, so I got some people on YouTube. What's up, YouTube? This is my first time going live on YouTube with an actual audience, not these random videos of me talking about testing, and nothing to be testing out. And I'm on Instagram. So I'll be mostly talking on Instagram, looking that way. Okay, Cocktail CEO, I see you. Thank you, Zakia. But I wanted to record this. We're 10 minutes in here on YouTube because I had it going for a while beforehand. I still have some incense going over here. So yeah, guys, what's up? So I am recording this on YouTube. I just wanted this thing to be on YouTube so you guys could, for people who. Hey, Noble Diaz. Hey, Caroline C. For those who were not friends of mine on IG, and I wanted to have a record of what I said. By the way, guys, please join my membership waitlist over at Psychic Zya. When I do these things, we're heading to some very interesting times. I love this filter, but I didn't even need a filter. I put a little eye makeup on, and that was it. We're headed into some very interesting times right now, and there's a lot of things I need to say to you guys. Thank you, Zakia. Thank you. a lot of things I want to say to you guys, but I have to kind of censor myself on these apps so I can get this content to stay up. Leslie. So, you know what? I'm gonna put this on. I joined my membership list. The kid, don't remind me to say that every now and then because I got so much I'm promoting tonight. Okay, peace and blessings, peace and blessings. Please make sure to tell your friends about it. I'm sorry my pages have to be private. There's been so much harassment behind the scenes with randoms. And, I just have to take good care of myself. So there should be more people joining soon. Where are you guys joining in from? What countries, what cities, what states? I'm putting on some of my jewelry. One of the ways that you protect your energy is your fingers. The hands carry a lot of energy. They carry a lot of energy. So wearing rings can protect your fingers, can protect you energetically from like psychic hits and attacks. Ohio, okay, Ohio. All kind of nefarious bullshit. So wearing, rings on them fingers. This one is a little tight. Fingers are so interesting because they'll swell and unswell and shit. So yeah, I move that around. What's up? I guess people probably were expecting me to cancel again, poor things. What's up, Brittany Marie? Okay, you from Brooklyn, Harlem. Okay, what's up? I got 12 people. I'm surprised not more people coming in. I know I kept changing the date. I'm going to start in a few more minutes. I'm just trying to get it up. YouTube, hang out with me. I'll be there. So while we're warming up the room, symbolic rings. Yeah, any ring will do though. While I'm warming up the room, just so you guys know, I am still doing my 2025 Global Outlook readings. They'll be available for probably definitely through the end of January. This year, for the first time ever, I'm offering two options. I'm offering a core option and I'm offering an extended option. Forgive me, YouTube, I am looking here at IG, but this will be up on YouTube, okay, for people who want to look at it again. Thank you, RNL Wellness. And so the extended one is amazing. If people get this every year, they tend to love it. If anybody's had their reading already this year or had in the past, please drop some referrals down. In it, I tell you what's happening in your life in 2025. So it's broken into four parts. First part is I tell you red flags and opportunities across your love life, your career, your finances, your family. And then I also do a 15 to 20 card tarot card pull where I go quarter by quarter to see what's happening to you at a soul level, what's some of the soul growth. This is a time for your ancestors to speak to you. There's a time for your angels to speak to you. You get a lucky mantra, lucky colors, lucky symbols, and how to activate them. You get to submit 2 psychic questions as well. Okay, so that's a lot. That's in the 2025 Outlook Extended. And in the core, I just look at your red flags and opportunities for 2025. Thank you, Wilson Marshall. Okay, also, with the launch of this live reading, which I'm about to just start, it's like kind of low numbers in here today. I'm kind of shocked, but oh well. Thank you, Shakti. We are looking at there's Pluto and Aquarius is a really big transit, guys. It's a really, really, really big deal. Like this. There's a reason why in America, we've got so-and-so in the White House. We've got all these things going on because this is the time that shit's about to get very real. So I'm doing a Pluto and Aquarius reading. This is a simple deep dive into see what these next 20 years can expect. Not really the 20 years, but how this transit will impact your life. So for all my cosmic girls and guys who love about the Astros and you kind of want to see how this amazing transit is going to affect your life, that reading is only $99. That one all of those you can buy at bookzya.com. If you're having any problem booking at my website, there's been some tech issues, just send me a Cash App. It's right here in my pinned comment. And then DM me the screenshot and we'll go from there. Okay. So we got 7 people over on YouTube and we got 14 people over on IG. I'm surprised more people are not joining. Oh, well, we'll see. Okay, so let's talk about this 20 years of Pluto and Aquarius, my psychic predictions. Hello. Good evening. If you're new to me, I'm Psychic Medium Zya. I channel directly from source, your angels, your ancestors. I don't use any outside tools. So let's talk about Pluto and Aquarius. This is so important. For those of you who signed up, you get it. Hopefully you get it. And for those who didn't, okay. So Pluto and Aquarius is basically, went into Aquarius late last year. It's going to stay for 20 years. This is such a huge transit. It only happens every 240 plus years. Again, this transit only happens every 240 plus years. The last time that Pluto went into Aquarius, we had, which was in 1778 to 1798, okay? Society went through the American Revolution, the French Revolution, the Haitian Revolution, and the start of the Industrial Revolution. Again, I want to say 1778 to 1798, when Pluto went into Aquarius, we had the American Revolution, the French Revolution, the Haitian Revolution, which also they went around the Caribbean, freeing countries in Latin and Caribbean American, and the start of the Industrial Revolution, okay, which completely changed how we lived and worked and functioned as a society. Be very clear. I got a lot of predictions here, okay? So now we're going to be in this in Pluto in Aquarius for the next 20 years, and trust and believe that these next 4 or 5 years will set the stage for tremendous, tremendous things, my friends, okay? I cannot under stress how important this transit is, okay? Generally, Pluto affects roles including gender roles, race, technology, financial markets, currency, okay? And because it's in Aquarius, it's really going to be a time where it's like power to the people, right? So not only do we have Pluto in Aquarius, now we're in the sign of Aquarius. Tomorrow is a new moon in Aquarius. So we're Aquarius live, but also we are in the time of a technology revolution. And we are also in the age of Aquarius, which is when the human collective gets their psychic gifts back. You guys have to understand, we're stuck in this false matrix because we're not aware. We can't see beyond the veil. We can't just see our ancestors. We can't receive psychic intel. And we do, as humans, we do receive these things, but because we have been indoctrinated out of those things, right? Conditions out of those things, then we often are disconnected from our spiritual selves. And that's over now, okay? That's over now. Right now, I'm not doing any psychic readings for anyone. I'm telling you guys about this transit and my psychic predictions for Pluto and Aquarius. And so that's what you have to understand, that this is not a normal transit, and nothing will ever be the same again. When we're done in 20 years, the whole society will be better. Well, we'll be different. And we also are at a time when the human race, once again, our genomes have been experimented on. Okay. And I want you guys to also look at the fact about this whole thing around, AI. So let's get into it. So the first area that I'm going to talk about before I do, I'm your girl, Psychic Medium Zya. I have available for sale tonight readings. I have the 2025 year-long outlooks where I talk about your red flags, opportunities across all areas of your life. You get a tarot card pull and you get to ask 2 psychic questions. Or you can get a Pluto and Aquarius reading over at bookzya.com. And also available if you just want a general reading, okay? Use the code 2025 for $5 off on the 2025 readings. So let's talk about politics, especially right here in America. Across the world, we have a lot going on in South Korea. I mean, everywhere there's a lot going on. I heard in Belarus, the guy just tried to make it where he could be in there for another 30 years or be in there for a lifetime. Okay, hello, YouTube. Thank you. IG, y'all gonna let YouTube take over y'all. They're at 11, 19, okay? So let's talk politically. And again, I'm an American citizen. And I was born in America. I'm American, right? Yeah, that's what I was told. I don't know. Maybe I'm an alien. Anyway, so we're going to talk about politics. So when I say that, a lot of the stuff that I will talk about will be things that happen in America, but these are global outlooks. Politically, Donald Trump may not make it through his entire presidency. This is a purely intuitive and speculative, but this man has had 3 assassination attempts in the past 2 or 3 months. You know, I don't know if he's going to make it through the whole presidency. I think he knows. I feel like there might be an illness or like some, they take him out or whatever. So this man being in office at this time is so, it's so like, it's like the key and the lock to this whole transit. Okay. He's not just there just to be there. He is very much placed there, both at the cosmic level and both at the political level and both by bloodline. Okay. Whoever takes the presidency. Okay. I also believe, as we know it today in America, this will be the last president of US that as we know it. The rules will change for the president after this election, okay? Over these next 4 years, there'll be mass chaos on American soil, both within the USA and within North America. So that means Canada and Mexico too. This may cause certain states to break away from the Constitution and overall large government and just become their own nation state, okay? Complete with their own laws, currency, definition of community, and passport, okay? So I do believe, if not in these next 4 years, these next 4 years will set the stage for America to look very different. That's why I said, I don't think as we know it, the US president will not be the same by the time this Pluto and Aquarius transit is over, okay? I do predict that that U.S. will see its first female president within these 20 years, probably by the 2034 term. So I think within the 20 years, but definitely by 2034, we'll probably have our first president. Yeah, that's within the next 20 years. I keep forgetting the date. Things are we're also going to see, and again, I'm talking about what's going to happen politically. We're also going to see a lot more women in leadership roles across all political arenas. This will also include trans women. This will be a permanent and long-lasting change. So just the rise of the divine feminine coming back into her rightful place, the removal of toxic patriarchy, the removal of just being a patriarchal structure, both in society, in religious, and in government. What will be interesting, though, is to see, how natural-born women versus trans women, who takes what position. Okay, that'd be really interesting to see. Those who have historically been in power, rich white men from the very rich, their lifestyles will be completely uprooted and have to make way for a more fair, balanced, and female-led society. That's over the next 20 years. Okay. Over the next 20 years, it's going to be, it's almost like it's going to be like, how it's like the first shall be last and last shall be first. So that's what we're going to see. We're going to see a lot of that. And to be honest, the powers in play know that, and they're working really hard to try to stop that, very hard, along with some other things, okay? Wars over water will be a thing. The wars may or may not include ground human troops. More likely it'll be a war of drones, okay? And right now, Mexico and U.S. has been fighting over these water, like there's something going on with the water, okay? So more likely it'll be a war of drones, okay? Legal restrictions on meat consumption will be widespread in the U.S. Oh yeah, and I think in New York City they're already trying to include more plant-eating ways as a way to combat climate change. For me, there's something really unusual about this, and I know some people are vegan and they feel like the animals are our friends and we shouldn't eat the animals. I have been down to the Masai Mara, which is the safari part or the wild part of Kenya, East Africa. I've been down there with them animals, okay, driving around for hours, looking at all types of beautiful, amazing animals. Them animals eat the shit out of one another. Now, do they eat 3 or 4 times a day? No. But I saw a pack of hyenas take down something. And I looked at that and I said, you know what, I'm never going to be mad about being a meat eater. So for those of you who don't eat meat, that's fine. But for those of us who do, there will be a legal, global, but definitely in the U.S. restriction on meat consumption. And it may even be a thing where we're just like, you see how they're doing all this meat recall now? I know that when it comes to the big old thing that we all had to deal with these past 5 years, there's something called spike protein, which inflames the body. And I know that eggs and chickens are supposed to restrict that. So, okay, so lots of that, okay? Now, the other thing is, this is still with politics, climate change, and technology. New and innovative and definitely eye-popping medical laws will be driven by politics, climate change, and technology. New, innovative, and definitely eye-popping medical laws will be driven by politics, climate change, and technology, especially in America. But there is this whole idea of trying to make us all under one system. Okay. That's why the eggs that I don't eat are so expensive. Okay. So, there we have that. Okay. So I'm going to stop here again. I'm your girl and your host, Psychic Medium Zya. Hey. You can book a reading with me at bookzya.com. Use the code 2025 to get $5 off my 2025 year-long psychic readings, where I get to tell you what's happening for you in your life in 2025, the extended and the core. So you have 2 options. In the core, you get red flags and the opportunities to come across your love life, your career, and your finance. That's a cheaper price point. For the extended, which I really, really would love for you to get, you absolutely will find out, 1, red flags and opportunities across your career, family, love, finances, okay, your health. You get to ask me 2 psychic questions. You get to submit up to 3 photos of yourself or a lover or whomever, okay? You also will be getting a 15 to 20 card or 12 to 15, it doesn't matter, tarot card spread. I go quarter by quarter, pulling several cards to find out what is your soul wants you to know this year. Where is your soul growth going to take place? This is huge. That part is so huge because I allow your ancestors to come in and give me some answers. When I do the red flags and opportunities, I'm hardline investigating, just looking at what's going to come for you, okay? Thank you, YouTube. You guys came in there, okay? And thank you guys over here at IG. And you also will get your lucky colors, your lucky mantra, and your lucky numbers and how to activate them, okay? And it really does work. People will take those colors and those numbers and stuff and use them for all types of important things to manifest with, okay? Also for tonight, I am doing a Pluto and Aquarius reading. That's only $99 just to see how would this transit affect you now and forever. You're also going to get a custom mantra. So this is for my people who are really excited about this transit. You're really into into astrology, you love, you're into the cosmic stuff, and this is an important transit. And it's like, well, how is this going to affect you emotionally, spiritually, etc.? I want to tell you guys to hang out with me. I'm going to probably rock out for about an hour, because towards the end, I'm going to talk about the spiritual aspects of this, which are huge. And I'm going to be telling you some career paths that will really blossom over these next 20 years. Hang in there with me. Technology. So let's talk about, baby, technology is a huge one with this transit, Pluto and Aquarius. This is a huge one. And again, remember, Pluto and Aquarius comes around every 240 plus years. The last time Pluto was in Aquarius, we had the American Revolution. We had the French Revolution. We had the Haitian Revolution. And we had the start of the Industrial Revolution, which took us away from sort of an agricultural way of being and more tech focused. What was tech back then, more customized, less off the farm. To be honest, I think we need to go back to that. Of course, my ass does not want to be inconvenienced in any way, but we'll do our best. Okay, so let's talk about technology. So social media as we know it now will not exist at all by the end of this 20-year period. Okay, that's a big one, Zya. I don't remember writing that. Oh, why? People turn away from it and turn back to hyper-local community in real time. Okay, social media as we know it will not exist at all. Okay, as we know it. If you look at the legal protections that are being put in place now around social media and children, this makes sense, because the generations behind us don't get addicted to social media. Then social media as we know it may lose its popularity. Okay, plus there's just going to be so much, thank you, Texiana, there's going to be so much freaking censorship on social that people are just going to get turned off. Okay, again, this is technology. Listen to this. Babies will be able to be carried and born outside of human female wombs. Babies will be able to be carried and born outside of human female wombs. And, I'm sure some of us have seen some of these weird reports sometimes about wombs being transferred to men. I saw that they did something with a woman's womb in Brazil. I'm sure she's Black. And they're trying to find different ways to bring babies into the world without wombs, without women. And with that said, I see a rise in fertility a lot, and with people saying, well, look, I have eggs, I can't carry. I mean, what's that show where they wore the Red Hoods and stuff, the Handmaid's Tale? Well, so it feels like there's just going to be a lot of fertility issues. And if you think about it, in the US especially, we're eating so much food without seeds. Where is the fucking papa? Without seeds. So the fruit is still able to bear fruit without seeds. AI is here to stay, but the AI today will be completely unrecognizable from the future of AI. It will integrate into our home and personal lives in the form of robots and user-friendly technology that takes care of many, many daily duties. But also, and this I have to be careful, I'm sure you guys saw Trump, he's trying to put together something with Elon Musk and Sam Altman of OpenAI, where they're putting something together called the Stargate, which is this AI infrastructure-based network, and they're going to base it in Texas, which is the Lone Star State. So AI will be integrated into our lives in ways that we can't even begin to imagine. I'm going to leave it at that. But join my wait list for my private membership. I need to have deeper conversations with you guys. It's not going to happen here. Okay. I'm psychic as hell. There's a lot of things I want to say, but just keep watching that story develop. Right now, they're arguing over who's going to put money into it, who has money, who doesn't have money. But it's this Stargate. And what are gates? Gates gatekeep. Gates open up portals to places. I mean, that's just really interesting. Mm-hmm. There will be a lot of robots in our day-to-day lives, but like taking care of children, elderly, and the disabled, to doing a lot of domestic chores. Robots will become in such high demand that companies that make versions that are cheap enough for the everyday person to purchase will win. So if you're someone that's trying to invest right now, or you're trying to find opportunities for investment or careers, robotics and making them cheap enough that the everyday person can buy cheap versions of robots to help them. So we're seeing like the Jetsons in real time. Okay. That's what we're like kind of looking at. Okay. The world, I do believe, will move so there'll be these small communities that have their own small communities, but overall the fiat currency will go away. But I don't see crypto being fully embraced either. We may move back to a barter society by a huge swath of outliers who want to get away from all government stuff anyway, okay? But for the most part, the currency, as we know, will move away from fiat to digital. And, you know, you just take all the power out your hands with that, okay? Now, before I go into the next area of topic of area, MJ Phoenix said, iRobot. Yeah, okay, right. Again, join my waitlist for my membership at psychiczya.com. Psychiczya.com. That's PSYCHICZYA. I'm planning to launch it this spring. I'm just trying to pace energy, and after 8 years of doing readings, and now what am I in my 22nd? I LLC'd in 03. So 22nd year of business. I've learned some things, and I've learned about like when you launch things and when you don't. So again, I'm your girl, Psychic Medium Zya. Hey, hello YouTube. My first time doing a live on YouTube. I want to say thank you all for everyone coming out, YouTube and Instagram. You can book a reading with me. I'd love for you to get your 2025 outlook. It includes red flags and sweet spot opportunities across areas of your life, a 15 to 20 card pull where I go quarter by quarter to tell you what's happening with your soul at a soul level. You get to have 2 psychic questions, as well as you're going to receive your lucky color, your lucky mantra, and your lucky symbol, and how to activate them for manifestation for you. That's the extended. The core one, which is a cheaper value, you get red flags and opportunities across all areas of your life. Okay. I also have a Pluto and Aquarius reading, which is only $99, and that just tells you how this transit is going to affect you between now and whatever. It's a free-flowing reading. I want to see what's happening to you on the emotional level, financial level, just to but really looking at it from a cosmic perspective, because a lot of times what's going to happen is we're going to all become more spiritually aware, and we're all going to start paying attention to these transits more. We're going to be paying attention to the moon more. And in general, that's the way things have been going anyway. Like I remember when nobody really talked about astrology that much, who wasn't like an astrology head. And now it's just more commonplace, which is a part of what's happening in the Grand Awakening, okay? This area is pretty long. This is about this is like new societal schools of thought, how we're looking at like community movements and our spiritual growth, because they're all connected, okay? So let's get into it. So new society kind of schools of thoughts, how we move as communities and our spiritual growth as a collective. This is like the big part. And again, hang out to the very end, because at the end, I talk about the different careers that I see opening up, the career industries where I see there is money happening over the next 20 years during this Pluto and Aquarius transit, okay? So from what I'm seeing, traditional gender norms from the past will be obsolete, and they almost are, but they're going to look like they're going to be, in 20 years, the things that we know, like the Libra to Beaver, some of those traditional norms will just be obsolete. Because people will have to create families in all kinds of ways, okay? Every household and community will define who does what, and this will change often. And you're probably saying, we do that now. Not really. When you really still look at society today, it's still very much men play a role, women play a role, the children play a role, the elders play a role. It's still kind of classic and old school, okay? Children will once again be raised by the village, with people choosing to live in communities that share their ideals and not necessarily their bloodline or even their ethnic tribes, okay? So again, people are going to find their communities based on frequencies, energies, where they're at with their consciousness. Where our consciousness is, our vibe will attract our tribe, and we will be choosing to live within these communities, and a lot of them will be nomadic, okay? Because the world will be, I'm not even going to lie, these next 20 years are going to be tumultuous, because we have to go through a period of healing chaos. We have to go through a period of healing chaos. And so that means a lot of, change, rapid fire, abrupt, very disruptive change. This is electrolytes. You have to drink it here because it's very dry in the city, okay? There will be a very hard split between those that live in cities and are tech obsessed, and to those that live off grid and turn their backs on most of technology altogether. Technology is going to play such a big fucking role in our day-to-day lives, especially with the movement of robotics, especially with this whole Stargate and AI, that there will be a lot of people that say no more. No more. I'm not raising my children like this. I don't want to be like this, especially those who are trying to raise their consciousness, being involved in tech. Like for me, I used to work in entertainment. I just found out a month ago that Serena Williams has a second daughter. I didn't know. My friend was like, you didn't know? I was like, no, I thought she only had one. When did she have a second one? I never saw her. And I was so proud of myself. I said, oh, I have escaped one level, a few levels of the matrix. And so that's what it's going to be. When people are trying to raise their consciousness, they're trying to eat clean, they're trying to live with nature, they're trying to live in community. They're going to be like, you know what? I don't want a robot in my house. I want old school gas. I want old school lights. I don't want electric cars. I don't care if they so-called good for the environment. So people are going to be moving to camps and communities that are just completely off grid, even though it'll probably be a lot sexier than we're used to. And then there are going to be people who are like, yo, I'm all about this technology. I'm all about this city life. I'm all about extreme money making. I'm all about being extra sexy. I'm all, there are kind of people that are still who are very anchored into 3D. They're very anchored into 3D versus people who are, who are trying to expand their consciousness, expand their psychic abilities. And I'm going to say, I don't think, well, for me, here's the deal. I like pretty fly shit. So now I like being conscious. So I don't know where I'm going to end up. I don't know. But I mean, in terms, I don't know where I'm going to live because I do love cities, you know what I mean? But neither side is wrong. It's just what your soul has chosen at this time. But these next 20 years, you're going to find out what's going to work for you. And you may start off on one end and still end up on another end by the time the 20 years ends. Okay. Now we're going to get into the spiritual growth. This is the big thing. Again, guys, please join my waitlist for my membership, my upcoming membership over at psychiczya.com. Please book a reading with me over at bookzya.com. I suggest get the 2025 outlook. This is the year you want to know what's going on, especially here in the United States. You see all these changes that are coming up. This man's coming in swinging. He's coming in swinging. Excuse me. He's coming in swinging. Okay. And so so we will be the Will Smith of iRobot. Got it. You can be flying nature. See, yeah. I don't, somebody say you can be fly nature. I'm like not even half hippie. I'm not like one of those people that's like, oh, we all eat together and we all shit in pots together and we all like walk around naked and our boobs are out and the kids are feeding from each boob. And I don't like that shit. I like doormen and, expensive cars and real fruit and luxury vacations. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I like my hair natural. But like I like nice stuff and I like luxury living and I like convenience. So I don't know. Maybe I'll build like a really sexy village somewhere by the ocean and have like robots. I don't know. It's gonna be hard for people like me because it's like, where do you go? And people like to go into camps in black and white. I'm really comfortable with shades of gray in a lot of ways. As a medium, you have to be. Okay. I'm with the off the grid. Yeah, some people will really love being off the grid. I am not shitting outside unless it's in some, I don't like living hard. Okay, let's go to this, okay? Again, you can book a reading with me over at bookzya.com. So I want to talk about this spiritual growth. Woo, this is my favorite part about it, okay? So please join my mailing list over at psychiczya.com. I'm working to build out the membership now and trying to figure out the best way to serve you guys. And I talked about this in the 2025. Anybody that's in natural healing, metaphysical arts, huge opportunities over the next 20 years. Baby, if you got your Reiki certification, you're a herbalist, you're a shaman, all the things that people kind of are starting to slowly tiptoe over to the masses, big explosive ways, especially if you can do healing, like whether it's hands-on healing, medicine healing. Okay, so all of these people will be the go-to healthcare providers for the masses. And this is probably what's going to cause the split in these communities. You're either someone that still believes in, Western medicine, for lack of a better term, or you're someone that's like, yo, I'm going back to nature. I want natural medicine. I no longer am with the other system. And that is probably what's going to make these communities split, where you have these off-grid communities versus these tech-obsessed city communities, because these natural healers will be living in more natural spaces. Okay, they have, like when I go do my detox, I have to go to a beach location unless it's very hot where I am, because I need nature to help me facilitate that cleanse, to help me, sit in the sun and activate things. And, and so it's very much of that. Okay. The other trend that I'm seeing, this is again, movements, community and movements. How will humans move? How will Pluto and Aquarius change how we move around? We will become a borderless society. This right now, it's a tussle with this. So for the next 5 years, it's a tussle. But by the end of this 20-year transit, I believe will be a borderless society, meaning people will be living a more digital nomadic lifestyle and choosing to go where they are treated best, no matter their income or ethnic background, okay? This will be especially spurred, pay attention to this, by the use of widespread 5G technology coming to more global markets and whatever political turbulence may land on the doorstep of an individual's home country. Okay, so again, this technology is going to be driving where people choose to live and how they choose to live. As we get more of these widespread 5G technology, please join my mailing list at psychiczya.com, my membership list, so we can have some good conversations, okay? People are going to have to make choices about where they live. If they're going to live more in nature, if they're going to live more in the cities and technology, and so that's going to happen. Also, a nomadic lifestyle, and those who can be more nomadic are going to fare better over these next 20 years, because they'll just be like, look what happened in LA. People are homeless, and LA already has a horrible homeless situation, and now all these people are homeless who had actual freaking homes. That's one thing I also noticed. I didn't really see where buildings. I mean, LA, a lot of buildings are small, but I didn't see where buildings were burning. I saw a lot of homes. Okay. This is another big one. Pay attention to what I'm about to say. Old school hands-on skill sets, such as farming, plumbing, building homes, will become more important, and possibly more important than intellectual ones, as humans work to balance how they interact with nature and rebuild, to include caring for the planet, being careful of human waste, and overconsumption. So if you know how to build some shit, you know how to plumb, you know how to fix, you know how to do old school electrical, you're going to be in high demand. Also, seers will be in high demand, people who can see the future, right? Healers, okay? So it's going to be very interesting to see, again, well, the biggest split will be those who are going full into that technology, full into that city life, full into that 3D grid, and there's going to be those who are like, oh no, I'm taking this thing back 200 years. We're going back 200 years. We're going back to ancient future medicine and technology. We are literally not going to be doing any of that. Thank you, Tam Rand, for booking a reading. Okay. Again, I'll stop here. The big thing here, well, this is before I go into this is going to be talking about the spiritual enlightenment, which is my favorite part. And again, stick with me to the end, because I talk about the careers that will be available to people that will there be some money coming into those careers. I am Psychic Medium Zya. You can book a reading with me at bookzya.com. Grab a 2025 outlook for the whole year. I do a reading on that. You can grab a Pluto and Aquarius reading, where we can see how Pluto is going to affect you and your loved ones. Or you can grab a general reading and submit 3 questions to me over at bookzya.com. Use the code 2025 to get $5 off. The 2025 outlook reading is amazing, okay? Because in the extended version, I give you your red flags and your opportunities across all areas of your life. I also look at, which is career, family, home, love life, romantic health, and I go deep. And I want you guys to be clear. When I read for people, I don't just say yes or no, or he's that or whatever. I look to see, because people submit their lovers, I look to see what's behind it. So even if I don't see a commitment, I'll say, well, what is the soul contract here? What do people need to know about each other? Why are these people in their lives? I give a lot of strategy. So I don't just say, okay, I see layoffs coming. I see layoffs coming around this time frame, so get prepared in this way. I am the secret tool in your back pocket. My clients will tell you to be like, yo, I'm looking at this job. What's going to happen? What should I wear? Who's an op? Who do I need to look out for before I get this job? Especially my clients that work in the public space, they will come to me and be like, hey, I need to dial in about so and so and so. What's really going on? Okay. Especially my entrepreneurs, my successful entrepreneurs. So I'm really someone that gives people the heads up. If you've got young kids, or you got teenage kids, or kids in college, hey, what are you seeing happening with them? Anything going on I need to be aware of? Hey, this is what's going on. You need to check on this. Make sure you call this. Check, okay. So I'm someone that gives a lot of strategy, a lot of psychic intel, and I try to hold things on high vibration. So I remember one time somebody was calling me about their ex, and they was like, well, is she dating someone else, or what's happened? Somebody says my favorite social worker and psychic medium. Thank you. And I said to him, I said, listen, I can't be, this is your ex. This is not your wife. This is your ex. I can't sit up here and tell you what's going on with this woman's life like that. So you need to call someone else who's about that life. So it's not about me like spilling tea on other people, but if something something or someone affects you deeply, I'm going to be telling you what's happening with that. Okay. And I give you a lot of strategies. So in these 2025 outlook readings, I'm looking for these red flags and opportunities in your life. And then I want to go into the soul, because at the soul level, a lot of times there's the messages from your ancestors, messages from your higher self. So I take the tarot cards. I pull decks based on your personality, because you're going to submit a picture. And I will use different decks to give you that storyline of what's happening over the next 12 months. And I do it quarter by quarter, because there's a growth cycle, a soul's growth cycle that is happening for you. You get 2 psychic questions, and you get to your lucky numbers, mantra, and your colors. And there's another option. Okay, so this is at bookzya.com. Use the code 2025 for $5 off. Again, you can join my membership waiting list at psychiczya.com. All right. Now we're going to talk about my favorite part. It's getting a little bit colder in here now. We're going to talk about age of Aquarius and the age of spiritual enlightenment. Okay. The human population will awaken to their spiritual gifts in mass and be able to use their intuition for a dynamic array of metaphysical capabilities and uses. This alone will truly, truly, truly change the world. Yay! We won't be able to lie to one another, girl. Y'all, it's hard. When somebody else is psychic and you psychic, you be like, I can't really lie to this bitch. It's like, they ain't gonna know I'm lying. And you be looking at each other like, can we lie to? No, we cannot. So, and that's another reason why people like not having their intuition. Because as humans, we lie a lot. We lie all the time. Everybody does. I do. Everybody, we tell little lies, big lies, whatever. We lie to our fucking selves. Like when people be really intuitive, you really can't like be lying. Like my landlord, he's very intuitive. Like, and I think he knows. I don't know, but like I've definitely picked it up. I remember when I was looking at something on the balcony, I was looking for a drain because I wanted to put plants. And I was looking, and I didn't say the words. And he speaks Spanish and English, but he was like, oh yeah, the drain is here. And I was like, I didn't voice that. And we've had that happen a few times. And I'm like, I didn't voice that. And he's a Cancer. So I was like, oh, he's definitely intuitive. But it's really interesting because I'm like, okay. You got to be mindful. So we're in the age of Aquarius. There's a reason why they made songs about this. You guys, we're turning back to our ancient future selves, okay? They might try to scramble this part. There's a book there's 2 things I want everybody to get. One, I want you to get my Psychic Development Toolkit. It is a 30-minute class talking about your clairs. I give you a psychic meditation to open up your third eye. I give you another meditation. These are very quick 5-minute talking meditations. I give you another meditation to ground and complete your energy. And then I give you crystals to protect your intuition and protect your energy. Okay. And then I want you guys to pick up this book. Now, I don't think she sells it on Amazon. You got to like buy it from her website or something like that. The Intuition Guidebook by Cindy Dale. Cyndi Dale. Dale. Get that book. Get 2 copies. Keep one. It's huge. That's why I did my Psychic Development Toolkit. I brought it down. The book is like 400 pages. You remember when I was at the beach a few months ago and I posted about the book? When these gifts kick in, baby, but at first it can be very scary. So the reason why I like to give you guys the book or my Psychic Development Toolkit, I would get both, is so that you're not blindsided. I love having my spiritual team, and they've changed out a lot in the past 2 years because as I elevate in my gifts, there's just new beings that are wanting to work with me, okay? It will seem like overnight people will have second sight, but it'll be slowly happening. A lot of you are already feeling it now. You're having more precognitive dreams. There's more serendipitous events happening in your life. You notice that people are being a little bit of telepathic. Maybe your lovers or your kids or whatever, you're being telepathic with one another. You're feeling more sensitive. You might be feeling more emotional, you might feel like you're drawn to more natural medicine, more crystals, more herbs. You might start pulling tarot cards for yourself or watching tarot readers. The book again is, can you put this up there for me, Zakia? The Intuition Guidebook by Cindy Dale. The Intuition Guidebook by Cindy Dale. Cyndi Dale. Dale. It's out of print, so you have to buy it used. Is it? You see, that's another thing. That book shouldn't be out of print. That book's been around for over 20-something years. It should not be out of print. And I'm going to tell you guys, buy as many damn metaphysical books as you can. Buy 2 copies, keep one somewhere. It's been like that. It's going to be on 1,000. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, thank you, Shakti. So you want to buy these books. You want to keep these books because all of these books that give us, that help our intuition, you're going to find all of a sudden these authors can't get reprinted when people need it the most. We're in the Matrix, friends. And now the deluxe version of the Matrix is being rolled out. Get ready. Okay. Okay. Now, there will be a rise in seers, psychics, mystics, mediums, as well as unique abilities like telepathy, telekinetics, remote viewing, levitation. And we're going to find that a lot with the children, as long as their nervous systems haven't been impacted by all this stuff. But also, a lot of people's dormant DNA is going to be activated, especially if you are already doing meditation, opening your third eye, you live kind of a natural health eating lifestyle, you work out, or you're just open to it. It's in a lot of people's DNA to go online. And I believe there's a particular code in DNA. I feel like I saw that information somewhere that lets you know whether you're like more psychic or not, or what your abilities are. Okay, this one's important. Pay attention to this. The powers that are fading know that we are in this age of expansion of our consciousness. They know what's about to happen. When I tell y'all these gifts are going to be like those superhero movies, again, head over to psychiczya.com to join my waiting list. Head over to bookzya.com. Sorry, I got like 10 different URLs, y'all. Anyway, bookzya.com. Grab a psychic reading with me. There will be... because, you know, people got to try to sell you something, right? There'll be a rise in celebrities. Celebrities. I'm gonna cover my fucking spot. There will be a rise in celebrities shifting from their normal style of art to moving into more spiritual and esoteric spaces. So Hollywood will become spiritual, and they'll probably start with their house that burnt down. My house burned down, and I had to download, or my house burned. And look, I'm not playing. I don't think anybody's houses should be burning out. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying. So I want to say to this, you'll have to choose wisely whom you listen to when you're getting spiritual information. Okay, when you're getting spiritual information, you need to be careful who you listen to. Okay. With that inside, spiritual frauds will start being revealed now. Okay, so all of these people out here turning tarot cards and doing all kind of stuff, and destiny swapping and taking people's energy and shit like that, they are going to start being revealed now. I will say, for those who really are trying to help serve the people in the collective, you will rise. But if you're really out here on some fraudulent crap, you're doing a lot of shit in the dark, you're not really about that life. Because remember, we're all awakening, we're all becoming more psychic, we're all becoming more intuitive. So people are going to be able to see that you ain't real. And it's a beautiful thing, but okay. If you've been wanting to move into the metaphysical arts as a healer, reader, whatever, now is the time to start building out your brand now. So if you've been like, man, I got these gifts, I think I want to do tarot, or, I really do want to do shamanic healing, or I want to do plant medicine healing. Plant medicine will be huge. Plant medicine will be huge. I want to start doing these things. I want to start leading retreats, or I just want to start developing myself spiritually and consciously. I want to become a breathwork coach. Start doing it now. You're just a little bit ahead. Because baby, when this thing flips in about 5 years, because about 5, it's after. See, the thing with Trump is he's a trigger. Trump trigger, Trump trigger, Trump trigger, Trump. And he's a global trigger. And see, a lot of times to get into our gifts, there's going to have to be a set of healing chaos and something to trigger us. So he's here like, oh, okay, I'm going to awaken everyone. Now, a long time ago when he was first in office, some people are not going to like this, especially some light workers, but if you're fully tapped in, you'll understand what I'm saying. Trump is a light worker using shadow light. And it's in the shadow and in the dark where our gifts are a lot of times hidden, under trauma, under pain, under disassociation. He is a light worker. I know y'all like, all right, I was with you, girl, but fuck you. Look, healing chaos. Chaos comes with change. Most of us, if we're just chilling, things are good, we're not going to change shit. Ain't shit going to change. You ain't going to nothing but the same old thing. Nothing will change. You be like working like a city job. You go get to your city job, you clock in, you complain with the same people, you eat the same 3 different lunches, you go home, you get your check, you get your pension, you die. But when shit starts to like get, you got to make a move like, what? And that's what he's about. I'm not saying he's good. I didn't say that. I said he's a light worker that uses shadow light. Plant medicine is ayahuasca. Plant medicine is ayahuasca, mushrooms, stuff like that. Pluto and Aquarius, right? He's shaking things up. Pluto and Aquarius. Now let's talk about the careers, financial aspects. This is the ones you guys have been waiting on. What careers will really blossom over these 20 years, according to me, Psychic Medium Zya? Again, you can book a reading with me, a 2025 Outlook, year-long Outlook over at bookzya.com. You can also get a Pluto and Aquarius reading. How will this transit affect your life? Over at psychiczya.com. That one's only $99. I take a deep dive just to kind of line up with it. And I ask you for your birthday with that reading because I'm going to be looking sort of at your sun sign, leaning into your energy just to see how this transit will affect you. And then you also have a general reading with me. Again, go to bookzya.com, use the code 2025 for $5 off. That will work on the Outlook reading. And you can go to psychiczya.com and sign up for my membership waiting list. Okay, so let's talk about what are the top careers, some careers that I see that will really blossom. So another thing, I talked about 2025 and the finances before we get into careers. I'm not going to lie to you guys. That's why I gave you a lot of solutions with the 2025 reading. It's in my IG. I'm going to try to get it up to YouTube. We are headed for some extremely chaotic financial times. I saw somebody posted that today at 5 or tomorrow at 5, they stopped all like the federal funding or something. I don't know how true that is, but without pressure makes diamonds, right? Pressure makes diamonds. So there's a few things happening. The West, as we know it, Europe, North America, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, the places, the West, where colonization was heavy and has a strong hold, has ended. It's over. So when something has to close and go out of business, what does it have? It has to get rid of all of its inventory. It has to get rid of all the stuff on the wall. It has to break down the shelves. It has to take down the lighting like a store, right? So if the West is over, what's the inventory? The human being, the food supply, the government, the financial system, the education system. Like there's a lot of people being moved out of America, which I think it's really interesting how all these people are being forced to go home, but they never tell Black folks to go home. Why y'all want to tell the Black Americans, ain't we from Africa? Now, ain't we from Africa? Why they never told Black Americans to take their ass home? You would think that this country would be putting us on Delta flights, because Black people like Delta flights, and sending us back to Africa, because that's where we're supposed to be from. But no, they're taking the Native Americans and sending them where? Yeah. Anyway, y'all will work that out. I'm gonna leave it at that. You can't kick people off their own motherfucking land. You can't kick the people off their own land. You can't keep people off their own land. Okay. Anyway, top careers for the Pluto and Aquarius time. Okay. Y'all should know this already. We do love Delta. I love Delta. Delta's great. I've flown a lot of different airlines. Cheap, more not cheap, whatever. Okay. And a notice for Fed work has been maybe let go in 6 months. Yeah. Somebody else said I love Delta. Delta has the most flights out of Atlanta to Africa. Okay, top careers versus Pluto and Aquarius transit, anything AI related. If you're finding it really hard to get work now, you want to get into AI, okay? AI consultant, it is so easy right now. There's a woman called Alicia Little, ALICIALYTTLE. Everyone's like, yeah, I love it. Alicia Little, okay? She trains people on how to become an AI consultant. When I say you can be called, averaging 2,500, and let me be clear, it ain't got to be like you got to know the back end. You don't have to be building out apps. You have to teach people how to literally use ChatGPT and those other ones. Okay. I got so much incense in here. These psychic attacks. These people try to have me up against the ring, but I have to let people know because I know they be watching me. I'm like Mike Tyson in his heyday, bitch. I dominate and I win. It's in my bloodline. You ain't never gonna beat me. Anyway, anything AI related. You can't get a job, go to AI related. And all you got to do is tell companies how to use ChatGPT, etc. Okay. Farming, huge. But Alicia Little. If anybody wants AI info, I know somebody who trains, just DM me. Farming herbs, farming plant medicine, farming whatever. Farming, get you some farmland, farm for yourself, for your community. I will say doing it in America is going to become very hard. They're going to challenge every bit of it. Spiritual careers, metaphysical careers, astrology, tarot reader, meditation, Reiki, plant medicine healer, shamanism, retreat holder, breathwork coach, ice baths, you name it, spiritual careers. Now, I will also say I see them trying to pull back on that a lot. Meaning I see like they try to get laws. Oh, this is illegal. That's illegal. You can't say this. You can't do that. So you might have to have those spiritual careers in other countries. Because the U.S. is the deluxe version of the Matrix, baby. They want you hog-tied, lapping up shit in the red carpet. Who's wearing what? Who's doing what? What's happening with these celebrities? The more I come out of the Matrix, Zuckerberg and friends puts all this stuff on my feed. You know, they put those little ads and they're always entertainment related. I don't know how many times I click on spiritual stuff. They'll serve me that ad one time a day, but every other whatever bullshit ad is entertainment related. And I'm like, y'all not getting me back, and they put up nasty sexual shit. Yeah, I've seen something. I'm gonna film it next time, Zuckerberg. I'm gonna sue y'all asses. Y'all put that up there again, trying to trigger the shit out of me. They have put up stuff, ridiculous stuff. I don't want to trigger anybody. So they put up entertainment of your vessel. And I'm not saying all of entertainment is wrong. I love The Office. I love Steve Carell. There's celebrities I love. I'm not saying it's all bad. I'm just saying that when they want to really capture you in the matrix, they use fear in entertainment. So that's why the entertainment is going to change. That's why you're going to start seeing more people who have spiritual gifts be the star seeds that they are. And then, you know, probably Hollywood will probably come calling. Another top career, the arts. People are going to, as they start to re-regulate their nervous systems, the arts will come back, but you'll probably have to do it in a grassroots way, right? You'll probably have to say the light guy, you'll have to barter to get your productions off the grounds. But especially arts with music, people being able to play instruments, people being able to really dance, not just twerk, nothing wrong with twerking, but let's get back to Ginger and Fred Astaire. Let's get back to like real fucking dancing, America. We can do it, okay? So the arts, okay? I'm gonna stop here before I go forward. Again, I am Psychic Medium Zya. Commercial break. Get a reading with me over at bookzya.com. Use the code 2025 to get $5 off any of your 2025 outlooks. You have two options, an extended or a core. If you'd like to know exactly how Pluto and Aquarius transit is going to affect you, head over to bookzya.com and get a Pluto and Aquarius reading. That's only $99. And there I just download and see, I ask you for your sign and your age to see what these next, kind of this transit will be for you. How will you change? I'm going to be looking at your spiritual aptitude, your emotional aptitude. I'm going to be looking for a few red flags. Is there anything I see coming that's going to really shift your life? Okay. If you get the 2025 outlook, that's the one I highly recommend, the extended one, but it's up to you. And you can join my membership waiting list at psychiczya.com. Psychiczya.com is always up as of now as a site where I just, you give me your email so that you can join my membership waiting list. Let's continue. Top careers for Pluto and Aquarius transit. Anyone that can open up non-traditional schooling for school-aged children or provide service. So any type of service, school, organization, consultancy work, teaching for non-traditional schooling for school-aged children from 0 to 18, okay? What people are going to be like, I want my kids to know how to sew. I want my kids to know how to farm. I want my kids to know how to fight. I want my kids to know how to wire together whatever, okay? I don't want my kids sitting in the classroom being a drone for 8 hours. I want them only in school for 3 hours, and I want them to learn these core skill sets. People are going to be building out their own educational curriculums, which again is why I see these states breaking out where they're going to say, well, this is what we consider a graduate of whatever, and this is what we consider a graduate of whatever. Good. Hella, follow that. Yes, follow that. I'm trying to see why I'm getting no more comments on YouTube. Me and YouTube, we gotta figure ourselves out. Okay. Anything related to weather technology as a career will flourish. Anything related to weather technology, that could be different types of clothing for the weather. That could be, knowing how to do weather warfare. That could be learning how to creating building materials that work with the weather. That could be anybody there's a guy I love to follow. I follow a lot of different things. There's this guy called Stefan Burns. He's a geophysicist or astrophysicist or geoastrophysicist. Anyway, he follows the geomantic patterns on the earth. So he follows like the heat maps, he follows the sun, and he relates it back to our cosmic consciousness. He's amazing. Stefan Burns, Stefan, Caucasian fellow with curly hair, tall, really handsome fellow. Okay, over on YouTube. All right, anything related to EMF protection from these frequencies, from these towers and the technology, anything related to EMF protection, which I want to stop here and tell you guys, get some anti-EMF clothing, get scarves, you could put stickers on your phone. They're going to be using frequencies. Okay, the old way of getting rid of people are frequencies. Okay, so technology. With that said, technology related to frequencies. Anyone that works with frequencies and technology will also do well. Anything related to robotics. Anybody that's building robotics, marketing robotics, selling robotic parts, fixing robotics, promoting robotics, training people on how to use robotics will do really well. Technology related to growing sustainable food or alternative types of food sources. So you can see here, this is where the technology will be shifting. As you know, a lot of, I won't even get into that. Technology related to growing sustainable food or alternative types of food sources. So, I had a cousin in the military years ago, and he used to bring home those packs of that dry ass food, and they put little water in it, and they'd be able to, I don't know what the hell would happen with it. And I remember thinking, oh my God, why was I, for you, thank you for serving your country, which is another thing too. People ain't gonna be going to war like that. And so anybody that's related to technology of growing these foods, and I don't mean just tech like coding, I mean like you're making things that help sustainable food grow, maybe in like apartments, maybe like propagating seeds or mixing seeds. You guys get what I'm saying? Or alternative types of food sources. What that looks like, I don't know. Okay. Finally, this is some consultants. This is something that I feel like a lot of people are not really paying attention to. Consultants that help families and individuals move around the world safely and with ease. Baby, I'm in all these expat groups. We were flooded like crazy as soon as that presidential election went on. People were like, I got to get out of here now. I got to leave now. Where can I go? I'm Black. I'm gay. I'm fat. I'm this. I got 6 kids. I got no kids. I got a man. My mother walked with a limp. Where can I leave? And this wasn't just Black people, honey. This was everybody. And this just wasn't people. This was rich people. I follow Nomad Capitalist, and he was talking about how he was getting all these calls from people who were millionaires. And they're like, all right, I'm gonna go buy a house in London. We're moving to London. And he was like, pause. You can go buy whatever you want, but you can only stay there for 6 months on a tourist visa. And that's the thing what Americans don't understand, U.S. citizens, a lot of times, because this is the only one of the few countries where somebody can be an illegal or a foreigner and come in here and get paid and move up with ease. Most other countries are their people first. I'm not sitting here on a tourist visa in Mexico. I'm here very legally and had to pay to be here and have to show money to be here. Okay. So what I'm saying is a lot of people are ready to leave. If you can help people get somewhere else safely and with ease, you start, you're going to make a lot of money. And not just now, this is going to continue for the next 20 years. And some people are going to want to come in here, and then you don't have to be some sort of, government diplomat. I mean, you're just like me. I could totally open up a business helping people leave. I don't feel like it. I've coached enough people. I've been pointing to people. Most of you're going to get is a recorded reading. There you go. Enjoy your life. Okay. Yes. Awake 0911. I am in Mexico. That may change because I don't know. North America. That's another thing too. If you're going to move, there's 2 things I suggest. If you're leaving the US or you're leaving the West, one, get an astrocartography reading. Astrocartography, ASTRO. I'm right at an hour. Yes, we did this, Zakia. Astrocartography reading, ASTROCARTOGRAPHY, which is basically you take your birth chart, you lay it on top of the world map. Miss Helena Woods, MSHELENA Woods on IG. She does it. She's expensive. It's worth it. Actually, it's not even expensive. Her price is her price. Her price is her price. But she's normally booked out like months in advance, but she has a list of directly of people she's trained. That's who I would tell you to go to. So if you and your family are really considering moving around, I would do that. So you can see, because what happens when you lay your birth chart on top of the world chart, you'll see where you have the best options for love, for finance, for rest and peace. You know what I mean? Because we have to not just look at like the 3D shit. We have to look, and Helena's on IG and YouTube. We have to look at energetically. What are the energetics of a thing? Helena, Helen with an A. Helen with an A. I really enjoy being on camera. It's like my jam. Yeah. That was meant for like the spotlight. I'm like, yeah. It's you as you grow in your consciousness, you will become more self-aware, and that's a good thing. You know what I mean? You become more self-aware of yourself, like what feels good, what doesn't feel good, you know, your shadow sides, your non-shadow sides. So that's pretty much that. Thank you guys for having patience with me. I had to get my energy together. There was something else I was going to say. Oh, about moving. I feel like definitely North America is going to be problematic. All of the whole continent. I do feel like there's going to be a lot of chaos on the U.S. that's going to spill out across borders, and I feel like this is intuitive. You know, I feel like the Northern Hemisphere. Yes, the live will be saved, and the live will be saved on YouTube and IG. I feel like the Northern Hemisphere in general may not be the best areas to live in. I feel like it might be better to move to the Southern Hemisphere. So even if you move to Africa, even staying in the Southern Hemisphere, staying as close as possible to bodies of water or like in the mountains would be good. Again, you want to get EMF protection clothing, EMF stickers on your devices. Be mindful of where you live and seeing if, thank you, Less Life, and see if Southeast Asian Hispanic for digital nomads was just there. Yeah, Southeast Asia is like ground zero for digital nomads. Absolutely. I lived there for 3 years. EMF clothing, and be mindful of 5G towers around your area, especially in cities. You know, they have, you know, if the bigger the city, the more built out a city, especially in North America, the more chances of that. I'm also going to say to you guys, stick to natural medicine as much as you can, man. That Stargate AI thing. I'm going to have a talk about that, but I'm probably going to charge, and it's going to be private because, you know, there's some things I want to kind of give you guys a heads up about. The EMF stickers and the anti-EMF clothing, EMF protective clothing, you can buy them on Amazon. And get like scarves. Whenever I travel now, I have a scarf. I have a whole hood that I wear when I get on the planes because I can feel it more. I can feel the technology pinging in my thyroid and stuff. Yeah. Okay. Any questions? I'm not going to answer second questions. I already feel my energy's flagging. Second day of my cycle. So I'm gonna. You guys on YouTube can ask questions as well, and then on IG, I'll just go back. Any questions on what I've talked about Pluto and Aquarius? Anything you're concerned about? Not a psychic thing for you. If you want a psychic reading with me, head over to bookside.com. Again, you can join my mailing list at psychiczya.com for my membership waiting list. I'm looking to bring it in for the spring. I just want to set up my space as well so that you guys, it's a better background and stuff, and maybe lose 10 pounds. Okay. Yeah, somebody's pulling up their astrocartography right now. That's excellent. Any questions on Pluto and Aquarius? I don't know if there's a time lag on YouTube. I imagine there is. I know there is on IG. How now do I have 40 people and I've been talking? Any questions? Throw me some hearts if you guys can hear me over on IG. Throw me some hearts if you can hear me on YouTube. Yes, I'm on YouTube now. Yes, Miss Applejacks. I'm about to get that going. Is Miss Alicia Little, Lyttl? Yes, she's on IG and YouTube. Will Pluto and Aquarius, so Soko Liji says, will Pluto and Aquarius provoke more earthquakes? I'm going to say yes on that, and some of it will be man-made. Weather warfare is a thing. And also, yes, because the Earth is moving from 3D dimension to 5D dimension. So a lot of things is Gaia is releasing. If you can't, this is why I kept talking about raising your vibration. Let's talk about raising your vibration for a minute. What does that mean? Hopefully they don't scramble me. Raising your vibration simply means you want to bring your consciousness level up. You know how like some days you wake up, you're kind of sad and depressed, and then you go do some things, and by the end of the day, you feel better. That's essentially what raising your vibration is. So you want to eat cleaner. You want to be very mindful of the music you intake. You want to stay away from like gossiping, doom scrolling, eating too much meat and meat products, too much sugar. You know, you want to take up a meditative practice, a journaling gratitude practice, a yoga practice, a sitting in the ocean spiritual bath practice, you know, getting some sage or incense or something and starting to clear your energy. You know, stuff like that, starting to do ancestor altars, reading more books about expanding your mind, your consciousness, reading things around empathy, kindness, mindfulness, doing your shadow work, healing your inner child trauma. Start with a parasite cleanse. I posted one the other. I had so many people this week asking me about parasite cleanse. The reason why I'm so big on a parasite cleanse, because I've been cleansing and detoxing now since 2022 on a professional basis. Like I'll go for at least a month. Is that I noticed the first time I did my detox, that's when I remembered a lot of my childhood trauma, and it was horrific. Actually, I remember when I was just a detox, and then I did an ayahuasca retreat, and then I remember the other half of it, and it was all horrible and all within the same month. And it's just been, you know, me working through that stuff and PTSD and all those things. And I remember when I first started remembering the trauma, I'd remember something and I would feel awful, and I would be in the bed for a week. It would just take me, it would just take me out, because of rage and betrayal. So I've been dealing with that for a few years. And then last year, 2024, October 17th, I did a parasite cleanse. I didn't know, I started on the full moon. I didn't know parasites build up more in the full moon. Parasites are definitely demonic entities. They get in us through food, water, but also I feel like negative emotions because they are entities. And when I did the parasite cleanse, one, I didn't really have a lot of any trauma really come up, but I did feel blockages being removed. And if you want the one that I did, just DM me. Her name is High Frequency T, frequency without the Y, but just, and I noticed after the cleanse, my gifts elevated in a different way. And I did have some trauma, PTSD come in, some new memories come in that were awful, but it didn't knock me down. I said, okay. And when I remember it, I feel in my body physically where that energy hits. So it's in my throat. And I say, I thank you, throat, for holding this pain. We no longer need it. I'm teaching you guys now how to release trauma from the body one way. I no longer need it. I now send you out for clearing and healing across all timelines, dimensions, and realms. This is done. And I could just go on about my day. And I was on my juice detox too. And, you know, for the first time ever, I had a memory come in. And normally when that comes in, I go reach for something to eat, something to feel, some cake, some cookies, some meat, maybe a glass of wine, because I just want to escape the feeling. Because when your body is, when you're, you know, when your intestinal area holds your sacral chakra, which sits around your navel, it has to choose between processing food, the digestive physical, or processing emotions, the sacral chakra. It cannot do one together, those together. That's why people think, oh, I'm depressed, I eat. You don't eat because it tastes good and what it does, it stops your body from allowing you to feel the feelings, because the body has to choose the physicality over the energy and the emotion. Well, for the first time ever, I was like, I'm gonna go get a bunch of juices that are the color of that orange and yellow chakra. And while I'm processing these emotions over the next 24 hours, I'm just gonna drink this juice. I drink mango, pineapple, orange, mango, pineapple, orange. I had a green juice and water. And I walked into, walked by the ocean, walked into the ocean. And when I tell y'all, I couldn't even really remember what the hell it was. 2 days later, I was like, what was that memory? It was like it was on a different timeline. It had really, so it's a good time to fast. Yes, fasting is so vital. 30, if you could do at least 3 days, 3 days where you just do fresh juices. And I mean fresh juices, you get a juicer and juice them, not the shit. Anything they sell in the store that has an expiration date on it, that's not fresh juice. I don't know what they do to keep that juice going. It's not fresh. Okay, so because, and the reason why I'm talking about the trauma is because in order for us to open our gifts, this is why it says Trump is a light worker using shadow light. He's going to cause so much fucking pain on this planet. And that's to trigger us all into our healing, because when we are, everybody's triggered in different ways. We're, as a collective, we have to go through our trauma, because underneath our trauma, and even if nothing happened to you, you carry ancestral trauma, you carry Akashic records from your past life. In order for us to get to our gifts, in order for us to elevate, elevation requires elimination, yes? Elevation requires elimination, yes? So we have to release that stuff. Like, my gifts have increased in a different way. It's like, I'm like, oh, wait, that's a thing. Like, yesterday. I don't know. I ended up in some other realm while I was still awake, and they arrested me in the realm. It's crazy, and I was like, "What?" I don't know. That I was kind of awake, kind of not. Maybe it was a dream. I don't really know. But like that's the thing. We'll go through this kind of foggy space where it's just like you know your reality is shifting in real time, and so you'll have to get used to that. But yeah. Any other question? Yeah, it's a good time to fast. Do a 3 day. I would recommend a 3 day fast. Like so, let's say you do start Friday morning, go through Sunday night, and then kind of have soups on Monday. But don't go and start on Friday morning the night before you had a bunch of drinks and burgers. You want to like that 3 days before your fast, you want to just be like eating salads and clean vegetables, fruit, teas, water, no sugar stuff. And then the 3 day fast, just do juices. Do 6 32-ounce juices, fresh juices. Get your little juicer, any type of juice you want, mostly fruit juice. And make one of those 6 juice celery juice. You can start your morning off with a fruit smoothie. Okay, 3 days. Okay, and while you're doing that, wear a lot of white. Listen to a lot of meditative and chakra meditations. Listen to a lot of high vibrational frequencies. Sit at home and relax. You could smoke a little bit. Actually, don't because that way it opens you up too much. Okay, don't watch any crazy TV. I wouldn't watch TV at all. If you have tarot cards, do that. Play like piano music, jazz, like Anita Baker. If you're doing this with your lover, and take baths, your spiritual baths together. Make a lot of love. Like just if you're by yourself, that's fine too, because you can elevate on your own. Okay. All right, everybody. If there's no more questions, I've been raw vegan for 24 days. Yeah. Okay. Queen of the Go. Make sure that you are, that you're making sure you're supplementing whatever nutrients and vitamins you need. Okay. The psychic stole money from me and told me there were portals opening everywhere. Life is Mimi. She stole my, but she's right. Portals are opening everywhere. So she's right on that. I'm sorry about stealing money from you. That's awful. Zakia, did I forget anything? Okay. It's 1944 for me here, 744. Oh, Black Mermaid about fibroids and women being so prevalent. Yeah, fibroids, for sure. When I did my parasite cleanse, my fibroids shrunk. Because the woman's that I got it from, High Frequency Tea, she's a Jamaican woman, she's dope. And whatever land she builds she grows those herbs on, I felt that stuff move because she gives you a cellular formula too, the mitochondria and some other cells. So it was like sometimes I had the parasite cleanse and I would take the pills, the herbs with it, and I would feel like I was almost had smoked like weed because I could just feel my cells moving in my brain, y'all. I was looking forward to that. I was like, oh, I felt like my brain was moving, my scalp and stuff was like moving, like I could feel waves, and then I could feel stuff in my vagina. I could feel because she makes it. She tells you that it actually helps also clear the reproductive system. It's just the hands are blessed. You hear me? But her production house is in Jersey, but she ships all over the world. Yeah, but those fibroids, a lot to do with that with sugar. I've been seeing angel numbers nonstop, a lot of 11, 11, 3, 3, 3. Great. Every time you see, yes, frequency T, yes. Every time you see an angel number, look it up or just make a wish or take note of your mindset. If you've just made a decision, you see an angel number that normally confirms that you made the right decision. She is between America and Jamaica, and I think Haiti. Okay. All right. I think something's going on with my chat with YouTube. I got my YouTube is the same as Psychic Zya. It's the same. It's the same. I don't know. And see, I got to figure out. Okay, guys, thank you so much. I am going to hop off again. You can book a reading with me over at bookzya.com. I would encourage you all to get your 2025 outlooks. You have the core and extended versions. Again, extended includes a red flags and opportunities across all areas of your life, your finance, your career, your love life. You can submit pictures of your lovers, your family, yourself. You can submit up to 3 pictures. I'll be doing readings on them as well, meaning like I'll be including them. You'll say, oh, this is my man. What do you see? Or I'm dating this guy. What do you see? I'll be doing a 12 to 20 card tarot spread where I'll be looking to see what's happening to you on a soul level, quarter by quarter. What is your soul's theme for the year? Very powerful. You will get a lucky color, mantra, and lucky numbers to activate and how to use them for manifestation, as well as you'll be allowed to ask 2 psychic questions. That's the 2025 Outlook Extended. I also have a core, a cheaper priced option where I'll be giving you your red flags and opportunities for the whole year long. What's happening across your love life, your career, your family. You can also upload photos photos with that as well. These are over at bookzya.com, bookzya.com. Use the code 2025 for $5 off. For $5 off. All right, everybody, no more questions, right? Somebody asked me if I do one-on-one. So the readings are pre-recorded videos, anywhere from 10 minutes, 30 minutes long. I try not to drown y'all in the minutes, but we're gonna let spirit speak. But I don't do phones anymore, no. You see, everybody has said to me, every other day somebody goes, you're glowing. And no, I'm not pregnant, far from it. You're glowing. You know why the fuck I'm glowing? Because my energy is for me now. When I was on those calls, y'all, it takes because I give a lot, right? I talk fast, I give a lot, I'm leaning in, I'm an empath. People come to me, I'm sucking up the bad vibes from them because nobody comes to you in the highest vibration. We're human, because what I'm really doing is alchemizing their vibration. People get on the phone, I feel so much better. Yes, because I've just taken in all your stuff and I've alchemized it and I've given you answers to all these things. So I'm channeling your ancestors and my angels. Then I got to talk to you, and everybody you get on the phone with is different. Everybody's intelligence level, everybody's conversation level, but everybody needs a different person. Some people need a big sister. Some people need like a mom figure. Some people need an auntie. Some people need a homegirl. Some people need a corporate. You get what I'm saying? So it's a lot psychologically, if you care about people, how you show up in these sessions. Baby, no more. I'm not doing no more one-on-one. And as a businesswoman, I can't scale one-to-one. Unless I'm charging $2,000 an hour, I can't. There's only so much money I can make. The years that I made six figures doing one-on-ones, I died. I went up to 260 some pounds. What? I never went up that high. Everybody got their fat number. I went way past mine. Okay. I looked tired. I felt shitty. I had no friends, no man, no nothing. I couldn't even get dressed. It's too much. If you're going to go into readings, do not do phones. Or do phones at like $400 or $500 an hour. You will not be able to scale. You will not be able to go. You will be exhausted. I'm looking at this girl on YouTube now. She's very powerful. She does live readings every day. She like just pulls tarot cards and channels, but she's getting booked out. And she's missing doing her lives every day. And she's like, oh, I had a headache. I didn't feel good. And I keep texting her. I'm like, yo, you can't keep up with the phones. Hang up the phones. But see, to be able to deliver a full reading with just a photo, you have to have a high skill gift set. So believe it or not, even though people have said like, oh, you no longer do the phones, you'll be fine. You're still going to get me. And in fact, me not being on the phone is better for you. Here's why, because I can give you hard news. Sometimes I don't give the hard news the way that I want to deliver it to people on the phone, because I don't want to deal with, oh my God, crying and screaming. And now I'm like, look, this is what it is. Here's your video, and here's the strategy, what I think you should do about it. Okay, so it's better for me, way better. Yes, book your 2025 reading. Oh, Hella Hexley says, I got a reading with Zya last year and definitely loved it. Thank you, my darling. She was right about my job change move. Thank you. Yes, my accuracy. Thank you. Come on and book your 2025 readings. Come on in. You're right. Being an energy healer can wear you out. Yeah, I'll even tell that to my energy healers, my Reiki healers, my shamans. Anybody, when you're doing one-to-one healing, you got to be charging. Okay, because number one, you want people to go do the work. Like people they'll try to use me as a spiritual ATM. They'll try to use healers as just a chance to like juice their energy and come back. Not if you're spending $300, $400, $500, $600, $800. No, you won't. You will come in here and you will listen. You will get this work. And when that healer says, hey, I've just shifted your chakras now, eat like this and do this, you'll go do that. But when it's too cheap, people go, oh, they'll clean me off. I'm gonna go do some fuckery. I know they told me not to. They'll clean me off. They'll fix me up. She'll give me another reading. She'll tell me something. No. We all have to be responsible for the energy that we bring into the space. We all have to be responsible for our conscious or unconscious decisions. This is what Pluto and Aquarius is going to be. We all have to be our own seer. Okay. Oh, twin flames. Yes. Oh, Brittany. Thank you. Oh my gosh. I got a lot going on. I wanted to talk about twin flames. So if you're still here and you hanging out, yes, twin flames. Huge union of twin flames in 2025 and through these next 20 years. Yes, to raise the vibration. So here's the deal, though. The powers that are fading hire people like me to see when twin flames are going to be born. And before you're even fucking born, they do things to separate the two of you. And if you ever get closer together, they'll do things to have one of you take the other one out. It's crazy. It's crazy what's happening with twin flames right now. But twin flames are set to come together. Now, here's the deal. We have karmic soulmates. I'm writing an article like this now from one of the websites I write for. We have karmic twin flames. And what that means is, in this exception, normally those are karmic soulmates, but karmic twin flames meaning like You can have someone that you are there. Most twin flames are there to awaken one another. They don't always end together, but because they're there to kick off awakenings to one another, they themselves elevate the planet. But when twin flames come into union, there's a choice there to move a certain way, especially if one twin flame is already elevated in his or her consciousness and the other one is struggling and is not there yet. And they meet this other twin flame and they don't rise up to the occasion, baby. And they're already in some fuckery. They're going to go down, 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 because they did not take the opportunity to raise their vibration and step into the light. They're going to sit right there in the shadow and sink into shit. Probably end up in jail. They're doing some real fuckery. So that's what it is. So yes, twin flames are here. Now, if you've been doing your shadow work and they've been doing theirs, you guys are going to come together and baby, yes, that's going to elevate the planet. But there will be a lot of unseen opposition to try to keep people from coming together. And that's the vibes. Yeah, people don't respect cheap free things. No. Will hypnosis be big? Yeah, I think, all alternative forms of healing, metaphysics, basically what all of our collective ancestors used to do. Like it doesn't matter what your race is, your ethnicity, like, oh, that's an old wives' tale. You see how they disrespect women's knowledge of the earth, the indigenous people? Oh, that's an old wife. No, bitch, that's the way this shit works. Let me stay off my high horse. Anyway, or my knowledge horse. The occult, positive occult, but there's no shadow, there's no light. Going back to indigenous practices of spirituality, of eating and community, huge. Twin flames coming into union, even they come into a positive union or even a non-positive union, just them coming together, meeting one another, connecting will definitely be elevating the energy of the consciousness of the planet. It is not an easy relationship, if it even makes it as far as a relationship, but it is about really the two of you really helping each other heal and elevate to these new levels. I didn't know at the time, but turns out karmic twin flame kicked off all of that healing I went through from 2022. I met him in April, like a week before his birthday, April of 2022. The connection was crazy. We only saw each other twice and then never saw each other again, but we spoke on the phone. Didn't work. But I had so much, that's when I started remembering my trauma, because he really hurt my feelings. But it just kicks things off. Like, I'm such a different person between now and then. I don't know what he's up to, but I've shifted, and he was a catalyst for that. But you don't know it. So, yeah. But you'll know when you meet someone, you met yours 8/6/22, Brittany. Yeah. Yeah, you'll know, because that energy is nothing like that energy. That energy is the energy when you meet your twin flame. It doesn't have to be opposite sex. You'll know, because it's like a whole nother connection. It's like a whole nother connection. A lot of people met theirs in 2022 as well. Okay, so something was going down in 2022. I don't know what. I've been following the charts more now, like following astrology a lot more closely. A lot of people met theirs in 20. So something happened in 2022 that kicked off something. Wow, somebody said they met their karmic twin in April of 2022. Does everyone have a twin flame? Yes, Mimi, I think. Now, here's the deal. I believe we have more than one twin flame. Because again, if you're on a trajectory of raising your consciousness and this person doesn't join you in that thing, then someone else can be slotted in. That's why that's why I'm like, is it a karmic twin flame or is it a karmic soulmate before you meet your actual twin flame? I don't think the terms matter as much. It's just about the energetic connection and what goes down between those two people and how they come out differently. And she says, and now a completely different person. Yeah, Dope Culinary says she's now completely. I mean, I'm very different. I have shifted a lot, and he was very pivotal to that. I didn't realize that he was pivotal to all of that for probably like a year or two, because you just look back at the timeline, a lot was going on, stuff like that. So, okay, I'm going to end the stream on YouTube. Hang out with me, IG. I don't want it to be too long on YouTube. Thank you all for coming. Let me see how to end this on here. Okay, I want to end it. I pray, please.